And today we'll see its actual definition given by NIST, and slowly we'll go and move on to different concepts related to the cloud. So as you can see in the last class, we have discussed up to this that what is the advantages of the cloud and how it is working and what is actually cloud are. Now in today's class, we'll go and see the definition of the cloud. So in the first class, I told you about the cloud, that cloud is nothing but the computing resource that is available somewhere remotely, and through the internet connection, we can access those resources. So cloud computing is relatively new business model of the computing world. So that we all know that cloud computing is a new business model, and many companies are involving their infrastructure, are involving their innovation, their thinking, their research into cloud, because it is very much beneficial type of business nowadays. Just like your electricity, right? So electricity is the necessity in today's generation, right? Maybe um, maybe 20-30 years back it was the luxury, but right now it is a necessary. Just like your car and the ACs are the necessary in today's world, but maybe in the previous 10-20 years back it was the luxury. So cloud computing has their own advantages, their own benefits, so that the companies are moving towards their own all infrastructure is moving towards cloud. Let's go to the definition. So according to NIST definition, cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. So what it is saying? It is saying that cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access. Now it says that cloud computing is nothing but with the help of the enabling technology given by cloud computing, with any type of devices, any heterogeneous devices which has the computing power as well as the network, we can access the configurable computing resources. So what we can do is, with the help of network, with the help of internet, any of with the any of the devices, we can connect to the cloud and we can use the resources. And what are those resources that we are talking about? We are talking about the resources like networks. Servers is nothing but your CPUs, the processing is power, the GPUs. Storage is nothing but your hard drives. Then you have the application and the services. So we can connect any of these resources, computing resources, using any of the computing device with the internet. That can be rapidly provisioned and released with a minimal management effort or service providers interaction. So it says that whatever resources you require, you can have those resources rapidly, very easily, very quickly, very swiftly. You can get all those computing resources, because cloud computing model has been given a standard by which we can do it in some clicks. So with some clicks we can actually create our own computing infrastructure provided by the cloud service providers, as well as we will release with minimal management effort or services or service providers interaction. It want to say that that minimal management effort. So cloud provider doesn't have to do anything with that. They have created the infrastructure. They have created the computing infrastructure. They have created the GUI by which any user can go to their site, sign in, and configure their computing resource. So how much resources they require, they can configure it. It's just like you are going to AWS, Amazon, and you just pick up some of the virtual machine by creating by saying by clicking some options like I want the Windows system with 64-bit of operating system with 8 GB of RAM with let's say 20 GB of hard drive with let's say 4 core of CPU. I want all these things, and with just one click it will create your machine, and that machine you can use it for any purpose. So that is how powerful in today's cloud computing model is, cloud computing infrastructure is, and we are making more convenient to the customers. So this is the focus on cloud computing, and the same all the functionality related to cloud computing is there in the definition. So cloud computing is nothing but the computing resource which could be configured, which could be accessed through the internet. It will be done very rapidly, and very minimal effort would be done by the cloud service providers to provide these services to us. Now, NIST has also defined 5 essential characteristics of cloud computing. Means NIST is nothing but National Institute of Standards and Technology. It is an organization which used to give the standards for different technologies. They said that to making a cloud computing infrastructure or to creating the cloud computing infrastructure, you should have 5 different characteristics. So the first characteristic you should have is on-demand self-service is the first characteristic. Second characteristic says that the broad network access. Third is the resource pooling. Fourth is the rapid elasticity and expansion. And the last one is the measured services. So these are the 5 essential characteristics that should be there of any cloud service providers. So any cloud service provider should have in their cloud computing model, they should have all these 5 essential characteristics. They may have some additional characteristics, but these are essential. Essential means it should be there in the cloud computing infrastructure. Next is they have also listed 3 services: software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure service. So any cloud service providers can provide us any of the services. They can provide us software as a service, or they can provide us platform as a service, or they can provide us infrastructure as a service. And there are 4 deployment model. The first is the private deployment model. Second is the community deployment. Third is the public deployment, and the fourth one is the hybrid deployment. So there are 4 deployment model. Means if I want to create the cloud infrastructure, so which type of cloud infrastructure I'll create. So for that, I can create a public cloud, I can create the community cloud, I can create private cloud, or I can create hybrid.